Alright guys, what's going on? This is a little bit of a different video than you guys might be used to, but honestly this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a while now, and quite honestly this is a video that you guys have been asking me to make for a while now as well. I don't know how I got this far without making this video already, but we're gonna change that today. So one of the things that you guys asked me to do the most is make a buyer's guide for the RX8. Now I apologize, a lot of you guys on my Instagram messages and on YouTube already have bought RX8s. I get sent those messages a lot. I bought this RX8 because I was inspired by your channel, or I bought this car because you made me more comfortable with driving rotary and etc. That really warms my heart, but I'm really sorry that I didn't get this video out to you before you guys bought the cars. Now I'm sure you guys bought great cars and I hope you guys are having a great time out there. I know some of you guys just messaged me last week. There was specifically 2 people that messaged me last week that bought cars, and it's still crazy to me that I was able to influence someone to buy a car. Just crazy. But anyways, I'm really glad that you guys did buy your cars. I really hope you guys are having a lot of fun. But for those of you guys who are still on the edge, still not sure, you're messaging me in the comment section below, this video is for you. So before we get started here, I feel like this is going to be a little bit of different of a buyer's guide than you guys might be used to. I haven't seen this on YouTube before, but if you guys have, let me know in the comment section below. But today we're actually just going to hop onto Facebook Marketplace and we're going to look through some cars and decide which one I think would be good to go actually look at. Now if you guys are in the New York area, these cars might be listed around you as well. So hopefully if you guys see this video, go check those cars out. They might be good. Now before we begin everything, I want to pivot to my Google Chrome tab. Now right here, I actually created a little bit of an Excel sheet for you guys. So this is going to be a checklist that we're going to go through to make sure that the car is worthy. I don't even know how to pronounce it right now. We want to make sure the car is good enough to actually go check out in person. So we want to go through this checklist right here, and I'm going to go through everything real quick, and then we're going to hop right into Facebook Marketplace. So I just want to take a moment to go through what all of these lines is. Now, before we even start on the rest of this checklist here, I have this tab right here, this box right here that says high importance item. Now out of these 4 things on the high importance item, we don't want there to be more than 1 fail. 1 fail is okay, you can still consider the car, but if more than one of these are fails, you should probably just not consider the car. Now I'll give you guys some examples. So for here, for example, we have compression tested. That this box means that they provide you compression numbers. Now that means you already know what the compression numbers are and etc, right? So compression test numbers, if they give you compression test numbers, I'm assuming it's good. If they don't give you compression test number, we're a little bit in the air here, right? But if they give you compression test number and it's bad, I think it's pretty obvious sign for you to just avoid the car, unless you're ready for a project car and you want to rebuild the engine, right? But let's say they provide you a compression test and it's good, you're good to go. Let's say is not accident free, okay, whatever, no problem, right? 1 fail is allowed, but that means that it's not heavily modified and that there's no warm start issues. This means the car is good to go. Now let me explain a little bit why. So as long as the compression test is good, that means you're not going to have any rotary specific issues down the line. You're not going to have to rebuild the engine for any random things like apex seal or carbon deposit or water seal blowing up. This tells you that it's good to go. You might not, it's still, having this be a pass doesn't mean that you're going to get a good car. I want to emphasize this. You can still have a bad car and have good compression. Like everything else could still be shit, but you want to make sure you have good compression just so you don't run into those rotary specific issues down the line. So that's okay. But let's say this is a fail, but everything else is a pass. All right, so that means the car is accident free, is not heavily modified, and there's no warm start issues. That's good. Why is that good even though you don't have a compression test? Well, because a lot of the times when you do have bad compression, the first thing that starts is warm start issues. So a lot of the times when you have a rotary, let's say you have an RX8 and the compression is starting to fail, you start it up, drive it around, warm up, car's fully warm in like 20 minutes, right? You park it at the grocery store, you go inside, you come back out and you try to start the car, doesn't start. That's usually one of the first telltale signs that your compression is going out. It's on the way out the door. So as long as, if you don't have compression test, as long as the warm start is good, I would say it's still safe to consider that car. But obviously, please compression test it. This is not 100%, like if your car warm start, that does not 100% mean that you have good compression. It just means it's not like failing. So you still want to compression test the car. But if it's like this, I would still consider the car or consider going to look at it. But that's what the importance item means, all right? So even if this is a pass and that's a pass and this is a fail, that's fine. We just don't want more than one of these to be a fail. Now let me move this along before I take way too long to explain everything, and then we move on to the general checklist. Now I think the general checklist is not super rotary specific. It still is, but I just included, there is some stuff that you would want in all cars. For example, like rust doesn't overheat, but they're even more important for rotaries. Now, not really the rust part, but overheating part, because you could overheat a piston engine, and most of the time you're probably okay. Like I've seen Miatas overheat at the track, and 5 minutes, and the car is still running perfectly fine after they top it off with more coolant. I don't think that's going to be the case with your rotary. When a rotary engine overheats, you have a really high chance of blowing coolant seals, and once that goes, you essentially need to rebuild, because there's no way to go around that. If you blow a coolant seal, you 100% need to rebuild, and you got to pray that you didn't warp the head. So if you did warp a rotor or the housing, you're gonna need a new engine. So these are just the other checklists. So we don't want there to be any coolant leak, no oil leaks, no zone adapt. I mean, you want to see if there's a zone adapter or not. This is not necessarily a hard pass or fail, but I think this is just something you should look out for. You want to make sure it's driven hard. If an RX8 is not driven hard, you're gonna run into so many issues. Now it's not like any other car where you want to make sure that it hasn't been driven hard. You want to make sure the RX8 has been driven hard. If it hasn't reached its red line, at least somewhat regularly, you're gonna run into so many issues of carbon deposit, and when you finally do drive that car hard, that carbon is gonna fall off the rotors and get into places that it's not supposed to be, and you're gonna end up with a bad engine. So we wanna make sure it's been up to the red line. And yeah, premix and OMP functioning. Now I have these two highlighted because they kind of go hand in hand. We don't want one of these to be if one of them is a fail, we want the other one to be a pass, kind of similar to how we have the high importance items right here. So if premix is a fail, that means they need to have a functioning OMP. What the OMP does for your rotary engine is that it injects your crankcase oil into the combustion chamber to lubricate the apex seals. So if this is a necessary function, you will lose oil because of this. The car is naturally designed to burn oil because of this function. But if this is a fail, you want to make sure you're premixing, because if you're not premixing as well, if both of these are a fail, that just means your apex seals are not properly lubricated, and you're probably not going to pass the compression test or the warm start issues. So we need one of these to be a pass. You can't have both of them be a fail. It's just not possible. You're going to get a bad car. That's just the end of, I think there's no way around it. Yeah. No way around it. So we want to make sure one of these is a pass, and then doesn't overheat, no rust. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But anyways, that's enough here. I already spent oh my god, I already spent 9 minutes explaining everything. So let's hop into Facebook Marketplace here and take a look at what's around me, and who knows, maybe we'll find a good car that one of you guys want to buy. Alright, we're on Facebook Marketplace here. I also just had to turn on the AC, so hopefully the audio is not too unbearable. But the heat is honestly kind of unbearable, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. But anyways, we're obviously going to want to filter it to Mazda RX8, since this is a RX8 buyer's video. So going to look into RX8 here, and we already see there's plenty of options to choose from. Now, not really surprising, they made a bunch of RX8s back in the day. I think that's honestly why, partially why the RX8 has such a bad reputation, because so many people bought it. Like, it's not like that many people bought RX7s here in the States, right? But so many people bought RX8s. It was produced from 2004 to 2011, and a lot of those people just did not know how to care for a rotary engine. They just drove it like a piston engine, and I genuinely think that's why there's so much complaints about rotary reliability, is because a lot of people just never bothered to care for it the way that it should have been cared for. But anyways, little rant out the way. We see a lot of RX8s here. Man, I really hope that we find something here that you guys end up buying or something. I think that would be dope, and I think that would be really sick, because if you guys didn't know, this is how I actually found my car. I just went on Marketplace and I found the RX8, had my cousin drive me upstate, pick it up, and drove it back that same day. And honestly, quite frankly, I think that's how most people I know got their cars, through Facebook Marketplace. So hopefully, I'm really excited if I could get one of you guys like an RX8 here today. So let's see what we have here. So we have a 2011 Mazda RX8 right here, R3 edition. That's really good. So the R3 was a special edition RX8 that was produced from 2009 to 2011, and it came with upgraded suspension, it came with 19-inch wheels, also came with bucket Recaro seats, and a special unique front bumper with different aero parts on it. So immediately, I don't like seeing this, but when there's no description whatsoever, come on. like, are you even selling? Are you even trying to sell the car? Do you even want to sell the car? You got to give more description than that. But yeah, we have like no information on this car. We don't know if it's been in an accident. We don't know if he has compression numbers. We don't know pretty much anything. We don't know anything in this checklist. So if you want to get into, like, if you're interested in this car at all, you just need to message the seller. So I would message him and be like, hey, let's actually look at these pictures first before we even decide if it's worth messaging the guy. So it looks pretty modified, definitely on coilovers, because you know the stock ones don't go that low. Coilovers, 19-inch wheels, aftermarket tires, definitely not stock bumper, I don't think. Definitely not a stock hood. Let's see what else he has done. Aftermarket interior, stereo. At least he kept the bucket seats. He did not do the bucket seats justice though. What else has he done here? Yeah, these carbon parts, I don't know if they're stickers or if he actually just bought like custom made carbon parts, but honestly it doesn't look too modified. He got he got the stereos back there, but honestly it doesn't look too modified outside of those cosmetic things. So and the mileage is not especially high as well, but because he gave you so little description here, this is not going to be a car to have on the top of the list. But if you guys are interested in it and you liked how he modified it, I would hit him up, be like, hey, what is the, hi, I'm interested. Do you have more information about the compression numbers, and do you have more information about, you know, accident history and etc. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this one, that's what I would say to him. But for me personally, not very high on my list at all. Should I save these actually? Yeah, let's save it for now, and maybe we could review it at the end to see what we thought is worth buying. So next here we got a 2006. I didn't even talk about the price of that first one. Hold up, let's go back. How much is Char asking? 10K. It's kind of a lot. For like what the car is, that is a lot. I think that just bumped it down for me. I don't think that car's worth 10K. He's probably asking more because of all the modification he's done, but it's not tasteful enough that I think is worth the extra money. Now it'd be a different story. Let me double check here again. If it loads. Marketplace has been so laggy. Oh, it did load. Okay, so yeah, doesn't even have a zone adapter. So he has the regular windshield washer here. So he definitely is not using a zone adapter to inject clean two-stroke oil into the engine. He's just using crankcase oil, and in my opinion, that just tells me even more he does not care about this car. I'm gonna unsave this because I personally would not even bother asking this guy about like the history. I don't know, that's just me. Am I being too picky? I don't know. Maybe we'll come back and revisit that, but that's how I feel about that car so far. 2006 Mazda RX8, 12 grand, Jesus. This looks like a dealership. This looks like a dealership that put their stuff here. But immediately, automatic transmission. I think that's not that good because, or it's not even because I hate automatic transmissions or whatnot, but general, like there's a pretty good reason why I would not buy this car. Now rotary transmissions, and specifically RX8s, if you bought an automatic, you actually got a less powerful engine. It got a 4-port engine where the manual transmission came with a 6-port engine. There is a difference in power here, and it doesn't rev up to 9K. I think it only revs up to like 7.5 maybe, or 8. I'm not remember exactly 100%, but it doesn't rev up to 9K. And plus, when because of the automatic transmission, it just kind of short shifts you when you're just driving on the road. So if you're not putting it in manual mode yourself and revving it to a red line to carry out that carbon deposit, it's just gonna mean that you're never actually hitting that red line and you're not pushing out that carbon deposit. So I would just not even consider this car. But let's say you don't know how to drive manual, or you just love how the RX8 is and you don't care that it's automatic, and you are gonna put the car in manual and rev this thing out occasionally, I'll give it a shot. Let me keep looking. It looks like it's modified. He does have some more description here. So no engine mods, no issues. They all say that obviously, so we can't really trust it. Clean title, 1 owner. That's good. Selling to upgrade to a family SUV. He's got NTO3s on here. Those are pretty nice wheels. He got 10 Flex Z's. He got front camber plates, mounted speed front bumper, and carbon fiber front spoiler. Not gonna lie, the car looks clean. I like how the car looks. I don't know if this is a Mazda Speed front end though, but I like how the car looks. It looks good. And mileage is kind of low too. I would understand if you want to hit this guy up if you don't care that it's automatic. I would hit him up and just ask for some compression numbers, and see if you could get a compression test. And as long as these things are all good here, there's a high importance role, you know what, give it a shot. I would save this car. It's not a bad looking car, but I would not pay 12K for that thing. I would definitely talk it down. That's just me though. Let's see what else is out there. You know, I feel kind of bad for shit talking it, but this is actually a pretty clean car. It's just automatic transmission and you're getting a less powerful engine, so yeah. Next, 2004 RX8, even less mileage and more and less money, so that's pretty good. Let's see what is in the description here before I even scroll through the picture. So the vehicle has been very well maintained with yearly oil changes. I don't know if yearly oil changes are a good thing unless you only drive the car like, you know, 3,000 miles. But if you're driving the car like 7,000 miles and you're changing the oil once a year, that's not good. That's not good. But yeah, regular oil changes, fluid flushes. Cars always use premium plugs, spark plugs, coilovers replaced less than a year ago. Chip in the front bumper. Yeah, we don't really care about that. Clean title. Yeah, no, I feel like most of the time people just don't bother telling you what the compression is, or they don't know themselves. So you would want to just ask if he has any idea what the compression is like. If he doesn't, you want to see if it has any warm start issues. And yeah, but so far though, like this looks like a pretty clean car. It's like pretty low mileage too. This is like pretty close to like the mileage on my RX8. So yeah, see, I got like interior looks clean too. Like I mean, these are not the highest of resolution pictures, but yeah, I think this is a win for sure. Yeah, for 8K, I would pay that asking price for this mileage. Like if you could talk it down a little bit more, perfect. But if not, this is a good deal. I hope one of you guys actually scoop this up. This looks like a really good car. Obviously, you would want to go check it out in person, and you want to ask these 3 things. It doesn't look like he listed here, so yeah, make sure you want to check all of those things and see if he has a compression test. But yeah, I think that's really solid. I think that's the best one we've seen so far. And it's so cheap too. Oh my god, if I was still in the market for RX8, I think this is so far the top choice. I would be asking this guy more information. Alright, another one, 04. These are probably the most common. Automatic transmission again. Car drives great, owner passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. But only reason for selling, it says manual transmission here, but they listed it as automatic. The check engine light is on for the clutch switch. Okay, what the hell is that? That looks literally like an umbrella handle. Okay, let me not judge too much. Car interior is kind of dirty. Cloth seats, so it's probably like the lower trim levels. Not the biggest fan of this, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's really cracked up too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for the price, like, you know, if the car has good compression, sure. Check engine lights on. I can't really tell too much from this picture. I can assume that it's probably not heavily modified. Is that cracked on the bottom here? You guys see that on the splitter towards the bottom right here? That, I don't think there should be a line there, so maybe it might have tapped something. But yeah, yeah, the interior is just so dirty as well. I would personally, I don't know, I guess I would inquire about it. It is cheap enough. You could probably negotiate it down even more. I think this is like a $3,000 car, I'm not gonna lie. Unless it has really good compression, then maybe like 4,000. But yeah, it's not in the best shape here. And this on its own, you know, that if that passenger seat, that passenger airbag goes off, you're getting hurt. So yeah, I would consider this if you want a project. If it has bad compression, yeah, I just wouldn't even bother, to be honest. So, but in my opinion, this is still higher. No, I take that back. It's not higher. This is probably the lowest option right now. We got another one here. This one looks pretty clean just from that thumbnail. Let's see here, they got a video as well. That's loud. It looks good. Honestly, black RX8s look good. I don't know if those are real wheels. I can't say it. But anyways, let's see what else they got. Oh, they got an Rxjeikun going on there. That is sick. Song looks good. All right, let's read the description real quick. 2004 on sale, for sale, not on sale. New rebuilt engine with all legal guarantee paperwork. I think honestly, I didn't mention this at all, but if at any point they say that the engine has been rebuilt and they have proof to show that it has, I would automatically already bump that up, because you don't gotta worry that much about, like, you know, compression and everything. Obviously, you would still want to make sure that it's done well. Like, you don't want it to be like your local AutoZone or like your local gas station did the rebuild, because they probably don't know what the hell they're doing. But yeah, you want to make sure it's done properly. But if it is true and we can assume that it's good, having a new rebuild engine with all the paperwork and stuff, I think that bumps the car up multiple times. And plus, this is a really clean looking car here too. New paint job, black metallic, racing beat pipes, including headers. That's pretty good as well. Clutch, pressure plate, lightweight flywheel. They're all bearing. Honestly, this is pretty good. He's asking for 13K here, but he listed it for 10. I mean, this thing's been up for 18 weeks. So clearly he dropped the price down a bit. Let's look through the rest of these pictures. Yeah, they even got the pictures of the inside of the housing and stuff. This looks not so great, but I'm assuming they cleaned it up. Yeah. Wow. This is a good one. I think this is a good one. 162,000 miles is quite a lot, but you know, having a fresh engine in it, as long as everything else is fine. Yeah, this looks like a pretty clean car, guys. This looks like a clean car. Yeah, I think I would consider this car. This again, just from like the previous listing that we saw with the airbag, this is the reason why a lot of RX8s have these carbon fiber like airbag covers, is to cover up the old one that's cracking. So, and they're just not the best made, and like Mazda didn't make them the best, so a lot of them do crack. But for 10K, pretty interesting. I would consider it. If you could talk it down to like 8, that's even better. But yeah, I think, is this the top of the list now? Let me think about it. Is this better than this one though? I think this one right here, the 57,000 miles and White Plains for $8,000 is still better than this one. I mean, it's lower mileage, right? If it has good compression, for sure, 100% better than this one. If you don't have compression numbers on here, then I don't know. I think this might make more sense. Not gonna lie. For $2,000 more, you can guarantee that you have a fresh engine in there. I would pay that $2,000. That's just me though. I don't know. I think these are incontestant for number 1 right now. This one doesn't look too hot. 2005 or 2006 RX8. This all the tires are flat. You're towing this thing. You're not driving this thing home. No description. Manual transmission at least. Yeah, and no pictures too. I wouldn't even consider this. Don't waste your time. What's this one? No year. Okay, 2005. Modded. That check engine light is flashing. You guys see that? He posted that. Like, he didn't even bother cleaning the check engine light. That thing is flashing. Yeah, it's eBay special Nardi. Yeah, I don't know. No, the check engine light's flashing. Like you're neither misfiring there, you're definitely misfiring there, or something else catastrophic is going. Wait, a flashing check engine light also could mean that your OMP, your oil metering pump isn't working. So like, there's just so many red flags, so many red flags. What did I click? What did I click? Is that the same car? There's so many red flags in here. Like the car runs, that's great, but I don't know. I just don't think I would consider this car. Yeah, it's got like, this looks riced out. I don't know. I would not consider it personally because of the flashing check engine light. And what else is on? The airbag light is on. The TPMS is on. I don't know. There's so many risk factors here. If there's like absolutely no other cars for you to look at, like sure, I'll message him, see if the compression is good. But we just went through like 1, 2, 3 solid listings. This would be like not even worth considering, in my opinion. Not even gonna save that one. Did I save this one? Did not save this one. Let me save this one. Yeah, I would not even consider that. Let's see what else we got here. 40th anniversary, another special edition. There's also, I think, there's another special edition I'm missing out. But these are definitely not the stock wheels that it came with. It looks like he pulled this out of a Mazda 3 from the same time period or something. There's also a Shinsei edition, I believe. But anyways, car currently has 97,000 miles. Engine was redone at 55. Okay, 6-speed automatic. It's been quite a bit since the rebuild as well, and we don't know how they really drove it. It's got the red interior. Yeah, the red interior is nice. No compression issues, but does he have proof of that though? Starts up great, hot and cold. Okay, that's good. I've used this car daily in nice weather for close to a year, pre-mix. Okay, so it seems like this guy at least know, like, you know, how to drive a rotary. He's pre-mixing, which is great. And that, I don't think that was mentioned at all in the other descriptions as well. So I think that's a good sign. He probably does care about the car. He's just looking for $6 grand. That's still a lot for an automatic transmission. I would not pay $6 grand for an auto. I'm sorry. Car does look good though. I gotta admit, car looks clean. Wait. Let's go back to this here. Yeah, no zone adapter as well, but at least he pre-mixed, so that's fine. Nice car. I personally wouldn't consider it. I'm sorry. I would say though, like even though I say that, I would consider this a lot sooner before I would look at these two right here. These two and especially this one. So yeah, just not for me. What else? 04 RX8 Sport Package, 6-speed manual. 19-inch wheels. Don't know if that's a good thing, to be honest. You just get worse gas mileage, as if the RX8 isn't already bad enough, right? New tires, new brakes, repainted AC heat works. That's good. Not too much information here, to be honest. No information on compression, no nothing. Is that another RX8 in the background? That is. Okay, maybe he, like, you know, maybe he pre-mixed, but he should have said something in the description here. Car looks fine. Looks pretty clean. Looks stock. Manual transmission, 144. What is that? Is that like Alcantara wrapped over it, or is that the stock one? I can't tell. There is a line right here though. Why is there a hole? That's not factory. He definitely drilled that in. Check in. I think that's just key cycle. No, it's idling. So the check engine light's on. Why? I don't know. And the coolant light is on as well. Yeah, I would not consider this car. I'm sorry. No zone adapter. Everything else looks pretty stock, but yeah, I would not consider this car. There's a lot of risk factors here as well. High mileage. Like, sure, everything else he says here works. We don't know if he pre-mixed, if the compression is good. If you're interested, I would then inquire about compression testing, but yeah, the coolant light is on right here. You know, come on. Why would you even bother posting it? But I'm glad they're at least being transparent. But coolant light is on. We don't know if the car is overheated in the past. Check engine light is on. We don't know what for. If you want to ask about it, sure, but definitely not one of the ones I would consider. Am I being too picky? I don't know. And I can already tell that this video is gonna be crazy long, but I think we're having fun here, right? Are we having fun here? Maybe I'll start speeding things along so I don't take too long here. I don't want this to be like a 40-minute video, but automatic transmission, really low mileage though. Really low mileage, 2007, well maintained, 4 brand new tires, no damage. Call James, whatever. Looks pretty clean. Yeah, looks clean. Definitely, you're definitely gonna find scratches on this thing for sure, but looks pretty clean. Otherwise, doesn't look like there's any misaligned body panels here. Wow, this looks like a very unique color interior. I don't know. Is that even the RX8? That's not the RX8. I'm like, what the hell? What? Who are they trying to trick? I was like, that's not what the RX8 interior looks like. Yeah, that's not even part of the RX8. Why is he showing the back seats? What? This is a whole nother car. What's going on? This is the RX8. Yeah. You see how the door looks? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Low mileage for sure. Yeah, you could confirm that right here. This is on. I don't know why. Automatic. I would. Damn. He did not give us too much information, but I think the car looks good enough. I would still inquire about it if you're looking for automatic. Definitely not paying $9,000 for it though. It is pretty low mileage, but you don't know how it's been driven. Like, it could be like 29,000 miles if he's driven it, never redlined it, doesn't premix, whatever. OMP doesn't work, right? There's all these other factors to consider, but I will admit it's a nice car. I would consider this over this one right here. Moving on, Forest Hills. Let's see. let's try to rapid fire these so we're not spending 40 minutes here. I don't keep you guys for 40 minutes. I wouldn't mind doing this for 40 minutes. This is literally what I do for fun. So 2007 Mazda RX8. Let's see here. Accident free, light paint chip, sensors needs replaced, engine light for the cat, interiors has some wear, whatever. It's fine. It's honestly even better if it doesn't have a cat because it'll make the engine not as hot. But yeah, looks alright. 74,000 miles. That's accurate here. I mean, honestly, I don't see anything that's a red flag. I would see if he has compression numbers, or if not, take it to a spot compression test. If this car has good compression, I would say this is a good candidate for a good first RX8 to buy. I don't know if I will pay 6K for it though. It does look not, I don't know. It looks fine. It looks fine. I'm just being picky probably because the pictures aren't the best, but yeah, I would inquire about this one. I'll save this one. 6K? Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, what's next? 10K here, another RX8. What year is this? 08? Okay. No description. Car maintained, newer suspension. Yeah, but we need to know way more than that. Like, what's even the point of having a trunk at this point? I don't know. Okay. It's really stock. That's good. New battery. That's good. He installed an aftermarket stereo, display. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the car looks clean. The interior look clean, the exterior look clean. Just not many information at all, no lights at all, which is great, right? But yeah, I don't know. Well, 10K definitely not worth. Shit, I don't know. This is like one of those things that I'm like, I don't know if I'm being too picky now, because RX8s were a lot cheaper when I bought mine, so. I mean, like the headlights are all clean, and you know they're not yellowed out. The interior, wow, the insulation here is shredded through. Don't know why, but you know, yeah, the car looks clean. It's fine. I'll save it. I wouldn't pay 10K for it. I would further inquire, see if it has compression test numbers, see if it warm starts, see if there's any accidents, any modification. Doesn't look like there's that many modifications though. I'll give that car a go. All right, another one. 4K. I can't read that. Let's see. The car has not moved in 5 months. Okay. Manual transmission. It's like really bad pictures. Like, what is this? Yeah, no thanks. I'm not even bothered. Like, if they can't put the effort into listing the car, like how do you know that they're even bother putting in the effort to maintain it, right? So, all right, blue. No picture, no description. If this is automatic, like sure, low miles, but there's literally no information here. Car's been listed up for 48 weeks. I wonder why. So I'm not even gonna bother considering it. Let's not waste our time here. Another car, 5K. Let's see. Is he starting it up? Okay. I mean, cold start don't really tell you all too much information though. You really want it to be a warm start, but check engine light is on. I don't really know what this light is on, like what this light means, but drives run, cold start, great, video included, but we don't really care about cold start. We really care about more about the warm start. Yeah, I don't know. that looks so funky. It looks like the car's been lifted. Like, I don't know. It's neither stock coilovers or something. Upgraded coils, I don't know. Like, did he lift the car? This wheel gap it's kind of big. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, tires look good, but I'm not a big fan of how this is looking. I personally would not bother considering that car, but that's just me. All right, moving on. What else did I click on? Was that this one that I was just on? Was it? I don't think so. Where did that car even go? All right, anyways, 99,000 miles, 2004, 8.7K, Tame Flex C coilovers, racing beat ported. What does that mean? All right, stock ECU. Okay, rebuilt motor. That's really good. Remember what I said about rebuilt motors? 3.5K on it. That's really good. 4 quarts premix. I'm guessing it comes with 4 quarts of premix. 2 seconds of all right, it's not bad. Mostly motor, an OEM paperwork from Mazda. That's good. All right, so if assuming this is a freshly rebuilt engine and only has like 4,000 miles on it, that's really good. All right, for this price, sure. I would try to talk it down, but it looks good. Car looks clean. Nothing screams out at me. I don't know if that's a reflection or if that's shipping. But yeah, things look good here. No zone adapter. That's the stock windshield wiper. Yeah, Bennett built. Coils. Yeah, I would say it's good. So yeah, definitely an aftermarket bumper. I wonder if he's been in an accident. This is not the one that was just shown on the car as well. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he was in an accident here or something. Don't know, but yeah. Does he say? Yeah, I don't know. Not bad though for like just about $9,000. I would try to talk this down to like maybe 7 if possible. For a rebuilt motor, 4,000 miles on it, just about. I would consider it. Listed for 48 weeks. That's a long time. I wonder why. Yeah, you would want the compression numbers here just to be sure, but I mean, outside of that though, it doesn't seem that bad. I'll save this one. I'll consider it. Yeah, I wonder why that one's been listed for 48 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, let's check out this one. All right, runs excellent, 40,000 miles, carbon fiber doors. Okay, not that much information here. I'm not a big fan of how he modified this thing. This looks to be a Saban hood, which is great, but aftermarket bumper, I'm assuming. Splitter, oh my god, I don't like how that looks at all. Carbon fiber doors, yeah, sure. Carbon fiber trunk, I'm assuming. Aftermarket tail lights. I would be worried about rust here. I don't know, maybe. I do drive my car in the snow as well, and I don't really have rust issues, but I also do rust proof my car, so I don't know. I don't know why he would bother taking pictures of the car and trying to sell it like this. Honestly, that probably is why it hasn't sold in so long, but 40,000 miles, that's really low. I kind of feel like he ruined the car. I don't like how he modified it at all, but I can't deny that 40,000 miles is pretty low. If it has good compression, it will be a W. Like, you could probably easily revert some of these back. I think the carbon door looks fine. Kind of looks like an R8. Everything else here is fine. You can keep the wheels, tires if you want as well. But yeah, it's really just the front end. The interior looks stock-ish. Yeah, that's definitely aftermarket, and aftermarket seats. Brom. Their budget, they're really cheap. That's for a good reason though. I don't know. I think this car might be a bit too modified for my liking. What is that? Is that for the subwoofers? I don't know. Personally, not the biggest fan of this one. It is low mileage. If it has good compression, you could definitely do a lot of things to it. But he's definitely tampered with a lot of the electronics, and, you know, just from like, you know, the subwoofers and the interior stereo. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of good things about it, and there's also a lot of bad things about it. I guess I'll save it. Yeah, sure. Okay, what's next? Alright, I think we're gonna end it outside of this one. This video is already getting to be really, really long. I think you could apply. Oh man, 350,000. I kind of want to check out this one, and this one as well. 20,000 miles for. There's so many good RX8s out there. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna move on and click on some of the interesting ones. I don't know why I'm looking at them one by one. I should have just been doing this. 350,000 miles? Is this real? What? That's insane. That's really good though. Like, I'm glad you got your use out of the car. Not any pictures, but really cool. Wow. Genuinely, wow. I would not buy it for 12K. Absolutely not. Like, you're out of you're crazy. But yeah, let's click on this one. 20,000 miles, automatic transmission, 0 descriptions. We love that. But yeah, this car just looks sick. I love how Series 2 RX8s look. Automatic transmission, whatever. Car looks clean. I would save this. I would save this. If you don't care, oh, well, it says clean title though. But this looks like it was at a at an auction yard. Never mind. Yeah, you just gotta double check. Make sure you're reading the listings. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up here unless I see anything really cool that stands out. Oh, I think I know the owner of this car. I seen this car at 7th Day. Wow, I can't believe he's selling it. Alright, last compression, when compression tested, when last compression checked, it was over 100 in both rotors. That's not really enough information, to be honest. I think this car is on, I think this is literally the car on Fitment Industry. When you look up RX8s, when you look up these wheels, these are the same wheels I have on my car. When you look up the Koenig ampliforms on Fitment Industry, I think this is literally the car. But yeah, I've seen this car in 7th Day in person. It's really beautiful. He definitely kept it really nice, but last compression tested, it was over 100 on both rotors. That doesn't really mean a lot. Is it like 120? 120 would be great. If it's like 101, not the best, but you know, we need more information here. See if you can get this compression tested again. He did compression test it before, so there's a likely chance that he has a compression tester. Starts right up, hot and cold, ARP carbon wing. Yeah, this is an example of a nicely modified one in my opinion. Like, he did not cheap out. Fortune Auto, yeah, Fortune Auto 500 coilovers, oil medium upgrade. I don't know what that means. From what I remember, I don't think there's a mod to upgrade that. Maybe he tuned it. Pure red, Mishimoto cooling fans. Yeah, the car's R title. I don't think I care too much about that. 34 could use a new synchros. Yeah, 15,000 is a lot of money, but a lot of the parts that's on the car are like really clean and nice. Yeah, Sone adapter as well. Yeah, he clearly cares about this car, and he put a lot of nice parts in it. I would buy this car. Wow, that wheel looks fantastic. I would consider this car. $15,000 is a lot of money. Damn, yeah, it's a lot of money. I don't know. It's a lot of money. So hard to judge, because like, you know, I think the parts are really good, and it definitely is worth, like, I wouldn't deduct money from it. Like, obviously there's people don't buy cars for the modifications, I agree, but these are really good parts. You want the oil metering pump, you want the upgraded radiator, like those are all maintenance mod for the RX8s, and you know, there's the same things that I have on my car. I think the car looks great, the paint looks great, the wheels look great, everything is done here, looks beautiful. But yeah, I don't know, $15,000 is a lot. I would see if you could negotiate this down. I would pay 10 for it, easily 10, I think. Yeah, but I'll save that as well. But anyways, I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap things up here. If you're interested in any of the cars that I looked at today, any of the cars that I saved, let me know, hit me up. I'll send you the link on Instagram, comment section below. I don't know if I can actually paste links in the comment section below. Real quick, I'll be right back. Let me grab something. This is a rotary compression tester. If you're serious about buying a rotary, you're serious about buying an RX8, RX7, whatever, as long as it's a rotary engine, I highly recommend buying one of these things. These are not the cheapest thing in the world. They're like $350, but this is how I was able to make sure that my car was in good condition before I bought it. I've done a compression test. If you don't know how to use this, I have a video on the channel showing you how to use this thing. I compression tested my car again last year, and it was really good. But yeah, I highly recommend investing in one of these things. Sure, it might be like a little bit expensive up front, $350, but trust me, having this is gonna save you so much headache down the line. You don't want to buy the wrong car with bad compression. This will save you all that headache. And honestly, if you bought a car with bad compression, you would have wished you spent that $350 to make sure you checked it beforehand. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. This video is gonna be insanely long. This might be the longest video I've ever uploaded, but hey, it's fun. It was fun. It was kind of like scrolling Facebook Marketplace with my friends, and that's honestly what I love to do anyway. So yeah, there's so many more cars. If you want to see a part 2, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, until then though, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Hopefully you guys have a great day, good night, wherever you are around the world. Remember to stay safe out there, because the road's a crazy place. And until then, until the next video, peace. More driving to come. I have some bad news about the under tray, by the way, but I'll tell you guys that in the next video.